What's up, world? It's your boy, the voice of wisdom. I gotta record this video kind of low because I'm in a public establishment, the, the office of House in REAFORD. And basically, I was just explaining to this young man by the name of Hunter. Basically, I was talking to this guy named Hunter about how to control energy and harness energy. And, you know what I mean? He was talking about like with headaches, when you go to the doctor, they give you Tylenol and then your body becomes dependent on the Tylenol, where you're not actually thinking. It's really not the Tylenol itself that your body becomes dependent on. It's actually the thought of having that Tylenol that your body become dependent on. So I guess the best way to explain it is your thoughts control your every motion, your every bit of energy. You know what I mean? For like if you're a brain like me, like if you're a brainiac, you know what I mean? A lot of your energy bounce back and forth in between your head, your thoughts, your new ideas, your memories, your voice even. You know what I mean? Like for people who make faces, you know what I mean? You can make a face and get mustache hairs or something, you know, sketch your chin out, open up those pores, whatever the case is. I just shaved, so, you know, excuse my little bit that's under there. You know what I mean? But I feel like if people holding all that energy in their face to make an angry face or something, or to hold a specific jawline, you know what I mean, it might force your hairs out. Like, I want a beard, but I don't think I'm quite ready. I don't think the world is ready for me to have a beard. I don't think I stay frustrated enough to have a beard. Because, you know what I mean? Like, in this moment that we're speaking, most of my power is in the tip of my feet. You know what I mean? Like, this is me planting my feet. And so, like, in those moments where it's just like you can float light like a butterfly, or you can stand firm on your flat feet, you know what I mean? And it's just like I said, man, it's a world of Scientology. Yeah, mathematics is cool, science is great, social studies and history, historical makings, historical landmarks, historical potential. You know what I mean? It's just like you got to find a subject and stick with it. And my subject is science. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, I love business. Business is cool, but I need to get really into science. And in that way, people can understand more of the human excuse my language. Try not to curse. People can understand more of the human anatomy. You know what I mean? Like, just in that shoulder muscle alone, I'm probably holding like, say, 0.1% of the world's energy. You know what I mean? Not just self energy, not just muscle, not just bodybuilding. You know what I mean? Like, if I start thinking about those things, my body reacts to those thoughts. You know what I mean? And people think because they lift weights or drink protein shakes or focus on their muscles all day, that's gonna make them great. Yeah, it makes your muscles strong and, you know, give you protection around your bones. But at the end of the day, what is it doing for your mind? And see, most people back in the day when they were bigger, they were pretty much one mind track, like gladiators. You know what I mean? All they thought of was the arena. They communicate outside of that, but they felt good knowing they were stepping into the arena. And so therefore they became strong, buff gladiators. In today's society, and the reason why we have a lot of gender neutral cultures and, you know, gender changing individuals is because everybody don't want to be that tough. Everybody don't want to hold the weight of the world on them. Nobody wants to hold the misery of the world on them. You know what I mean? And like when people program our minds with their beliefs and their thoughts and their ideas, all they're doing is programming you and taking you away from whatever it is you desire. Like, for example, I think I did a video on this before. If a student wants to be a track star, let them focus on track equip or track shoes, track socks, track shorts, track shirts, track hair, track equipment, like track tracks, like take them on a racetrack. You know what I mean? Like, let them run on the racetrack, let them run in the football field, let them run in the soccer field, let them run around the football field, let them run on your street. You know what I mean? Run with them. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, because that's what they thinking about, is track. If you take a track person and try to get them to focus on football, you're actually taking them away from their speed and putting them more into power. You know what I mean? So sometimes you got to let people focus on their speed, because speed is what keeps energy high. You know what I mean? When a person slows down their speed, it slows down the energy. You know what I mean? So everybody racing and rushing and panicking and being anxious and, you know what I mean, doing all these things that make money go around. And you know what I mean? Not money as in like dollars, but energy or synergy. You know what I mean? Synergy is for those who have studied it on that higher level. Energy is for those who understand what a power source is, like electric box, a light pole, a car battery, the wires that control your turn signals, the wires that light up neon lights, the thing that creates the fluorescence in the neon lights. I mean, all that is energy. You know what I mean? And the more creative we get as a society, the more power we're putting, the more electrical currents we're putting into the atmosphere. You know what I mean? And so if you don't know by now, your brain work like a satellite system or a radio antenna or a cell phone tower or, you know what I mean, just a book of memories, a book of potential. You know what I mean? Basically, whatever your thought pattern is your book of life. You know what I mean? So if you think that you're being viewed as a criminal, 9 times out of 10 you are. If you think you're being viewed as a businessman, 9 times out of 10 you are. If you think you're being viewed as an athlete, 9 times out of 10 you are. If you think you're being viewed as a beauty stylist, 9 times out of 10 you are. You know what I mean? And the difference between thinking and knowing is that if you know you're a beauty star, people will see that. People will support that. If you know you're an athlete, people will see that. People will support that. If you think you're a businessman, people will see that. People will support that. You know what I mean? Now, as far as cultural changes go, what we do need to do as a culture, and I say this as us as the masses, especially in the black community, we need to stop talking down on people and telling them that it's no good. And for all y'all alpha males out there, make sure you using a heavy voice. For all you beta males, if you don't like heavy voices, don't be around alpha males. You know what I mean? Like if you used to controlling females or used to talking to kids or pets or whatever, and that testosterone work and it make you feel charged, be that same way around other men. Allow other men and other alphas, male, female, dog, cat, don't matter. Allow them to be the same way around you. You know what I mean? Because that base that makes your vein in your neck pop up, that's power, that's energy, that's more power you're reciprocating. You know what I mean? And so it's like in this world, man, like at the end of the day, all you got is you and the people around you. If all this material shit went out the world, you still have human rights, you know what I mean? Or the laws of land in our case. But you know what I mean? Don't let people distract you from your journey. If a person don't understand you, or if a person's trying to force their lifestyle on you, it's probably because they don't have the same level of education as you do. They don't have the same awakening as you. You know what I mean? They don't have the same potential, or they have the potential, they just don't trust themselves enough to believe in it. You know what I mean? Like if a person used to robbing, stealing, hand to hand hustling, quick flips, that's what their mind is on. You know what I mean? And you can't really take their mind out of that unless they choose to want their mind out of that. You know, like the old saying go, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink it. I bet you if you leave that horse next to that water and nothing else, no grass, no nothing, I bet he'll drink that water. See what I'm saying? And so it's like, come on, man. Everybody tripping over COVID-19 was just another way of putting fear into the world. The flu virus, another way of putting fear into the world. Incarceration, another way of keeping fear into the world, or keeping those scared straight. Basically, you know what I mean. Like if you know you're in a street, nigga, don't do street shit. You know what I mean. A motherfucker do some street shit and you don't want to be a part of it, walk the fuck off. It's your life, not theirs. You know what I mean, let them boys go ahead and go to jail for murder. Let them boys go ahead and go to jail for robbery. Let them boys go ahead and go to jail for drug dealing. Let them boys go ahead and do whatever it is they doing because it don't concern you. You know what I mean? Now, what does concern you, I know that's for people, you want to eat with them and whatnot. Man, have them boys meet you at your establishments. You know what I mean? If they want you to meet them at a Chick-fil-A, that's cool. Bet Chick-fil-A. They get violent, walk off. You want to have them boys meet you at an Olive Garden? If they don't show up, then they ain't in your inner circle. You know what I mean? There's like different types of people in this world. You know what I mean? You can go to McDonald's and get a chicken sandwich, or you can go to McDonald's and get a McChicken. At the end of the day, they both gonna put food in your body and nourishment, but you gotta think, you want something thick, you want something thin, you want something light, you want something crispy. You know what I mean? It's like there's so many choices in this world that make people indecisive. Where a man like me, I go with my first mind. You know what I mean? My light eye. You know what I'm saying? I go with my light. That's my left eye, by the way. In case y'all don't know, it's the same side as this thumb mark. You know what I'm saying? My left eye is my God's side. So like, if I'm leaning, like right now, I'm embracing the sun on my right, but I'm still focused with my left because business. And so like, when everybody want to say, "Oh, I bet you wish you had this," no, I just really want a Maserati. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I bet you wish you had that Mercedes. I mean, it's nice. I appreciate culture. I could pull up beside them in a Porsche. You know what I mean? Like, we can all shine at the same circle. You know what I mean? Which is basically what we're doing anyway. We all shining. But like my dog, not Sci the Prince, which is a good album for all those black culture. There's Sci the Prince got an album called NAACP. Check it out. But what's Buddy name? I can't even think of Buddy name right now. Anywho, he basically made a comment. Well, he made a comment in the song where he was like, "My mama said always treat the janitor like a boss, because everybody play a role to keep me from taking a loss." You know what I mean? So, and then he goes on to say, "Honesty is preferred. Respect is what you earn when loyalty is returned." You know what I mean? So when people want respect, you gotta give loyalty. You know what I mean? Like they say, you get what you give. But nah, you get more than what you give. You know what I mean? You give a little loyalty, they give you a little respect. They give you respect, you give them loyalty. You know what I mean? And it's just like love, peace, care, understanding, commitment. You know what I mean? That's basically creating a pact with your people. So like, you know what I mean? When people play the sides of blacks against whites, Aces against Japanese, or some people consider them all Asian. Korean, Japanese, Chinese, they're all considered Asian. Philippines, all that. You know what I mean? So they're based on the same hemisphere, the same geographical locations, you know, the same side of the world, but they do things different from what we do over here in America. See, over here in America, it's supposed to be the land of the free, you chase your dreams, but then you pay for everything. You work and prove yourself constantly to pay for everything. When really, if it was the land of the dreams, I should be able to walk up to a boss man and be like, "Hey, look, I want to be a boss too." And he don't have any problems with it. Despite my dialect, despite my urban raisins, despite my college understanding, despite, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you can still be a boss without knowing what a college man know. And in the same breath, you can still be a boss without a college man knowing what you know. You know what I mean? So like, say a college man decide to go into an urban detailing business. That urban detailing business, he relate to the people. He like the city trends, as they call them. You know what I mean? The colors, the designs, the fashions, what's in season, what's out of season. You know what I mean? All that designer catalogs. You know what I mean? Everybody feel good when they put on their clothes. But you know what I mean? Like conversations that them boys having like up in New York, in California, and like in the wealthy circles or in the highly distracted circles, if you want to call that. You know what I mean? Their conversations about next year's designer fashion. Like they trying to release something for next year. That's why you can get a 2022 and 2021, because they're bringing the future to you. That's the whole process of innovation. You know what I mean? So if people don't understand innovation, then it's going to be hard for them to understand correlations. And when you correlate things to other things, it increases your memory. You know what I mean? It allows you to process more. You know what I mean? Like people expect people like I expect myself to be able to remember every single car in this parking lot when I leave this parking lot. And it's like I literally have to take time to focus on it all and put a special memory and correlation into it. Like that person was there, this person did that, we all here. You know what I mean? And it's just like, man, at the end of the day, let's get rich, let's get wealthy. Bump being rich, because you already got enough power in your own body to move mountains. You know what I mean? So like you literally one person can create a landslide, a whole world can create a new environment. So you know what I mean? If y'all not for pollution, try not to drive as much. If y'all not up for frustration, enjoy the breeze. You know what I mean? Or eat. In my case, I love to eat. You know what I mean? I can't help that. Or I could help that, but like if I took my mind off of eating, then I want to hit something. You know, like baseball bats, golf balls, paintballing. You know what I mean? All the things that my family circle don't really participate in because they're too busy trying to struggle over bills. Is the same thing that other families are doing to get rich or to become a household name. You know what I mean? So it's like we can be a household name and that's cool. You know what I mean? If that's what it takes to become wealthy, that's fine. But at the end of the day, don't let nothing take away your mind's eye shine. Like I said, I'm a left eye guider, I'm a right eye user. So you know what I'm saying? If you focus with both eyes, 20/20 vision, I don't know about y'all, but when I focus with both eyes, I can feel the split of my nose. You know what I mean? It's like it breaks my view because then my eyes cross. You know what I mean? And so like my right eye start looking left, my left eye start looking right, and I'm still like taking in the view. You know what I mean? That mountain that was this mountain that's once in front of me seemed like a higher mountain. Just like 30 seconds ago, it seemed so small. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all can see that, but it's just life, man, and what it is. So, like I said, it's your boy, the voice of wisdom. Drop some feedback, man. Let's figure out how to create unity, man. Let's figure out we need to go to Area 57, Area 51. It don't matter. Let's just go somewhere, be somebody. You know what I mean? Like we want sunshine and clouds. We don't need lightning bolts and rainstorms. We don't need people to feel misery. You know what I mean? And we all got our own misery we feel. You know what I mean? Some of us channel ours through like fornication. Other people channel theirs through making music. You know what I mean? Other people channel theirs through putting it in their passion and their grind. You know what I mean? Whatever it is that they desire and got a lust for. You know what I mean? And by lust, it don't like again, it don't mean fornication. It just means whatever your heart's calling is. You know what I mean? Like they tell me my heart's on my left side, so why should I always be focused on my right? You know what I mean? Like I'm left-handed. My heart pumps with my left hand. You know what I mean? My right hand will hold it, but my left pump with my right hand. You know what I mean? Or my right in hand. So like, I mean, that's just a few words of wisdom, man. I love combat. You know what I mean? So like Big Bro play Mortal Kombat, I play Call of Duty. At the end of the day, we both could be creating the same objective. We're attacking the opponent. We attack the objective. You know what I mean? The difference between Mortal Kombat and Call of Duty is a bigger strategy game. Like it's way bigger. It's like taking a person from playing, I don't know, like pity pat, or nah, that's still too easy. That's like taking a person from playing the game Trouble, where you pop a bubble, move, you know what I mean, and putting them into a game of chess. You know what I mean? That's like taking a person from flipping quarters to putting them in, I don't know, a game of Scrabble. You know, like it's like basically it's like you gotta be able to expand your conscience. Like if you're holding all the pressure on your right brain, then you're neglecting your left brain. If you're holding all the pressure in your left brain, then you're neglecting your right brain. And so at the end of the day, it's like man, you gotta wisen up out here. You know, life is too short to sit there and carry agony. Like the same strength it takes for people to carry agony, feel like they're always behind, is the same strength they could use to put it in themselves to know the future. You know what I mean? Like you literally control your future with no questions. You know what I mean? What you don't control is another person's perspective. And that's why I'm here as the voice of wisdom, to help people change their perspective of how they see themselves and how they view others. All black men aren't enemies. All people don't carry guns. You know what I mean? I used to tote guns. I used to love guns. You know what I mean? So nowadays it's like, well, let's go to a shooting range. Now I walk